Joe Romano, the insurance goat. Welcome to another episode where we give entrepreneurs a chance to tell their story. And today, we actually have a very special guest, and they call him the British whore. So right out the gate, they call him the British mortgage broker, aka behind the scenes, if you really know him, the British whore.
Slash piece of shit slash terrible person slash all that.
Honestly, it's a lot of work being in a relationship with you because you are you're very aggressive. You curse a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm a sucker for the abuse. I like the abuse.
But you know what's also really, really challenging, Jude? Is being ridiculously good looking. I don't know how I do it. I also don't know how I get through doors with my massive biceps.
Oh,
It
yeah.
took me
So
an hour to just get down to my car to get. It's crazy.
the truth is, thank God you have that wonderful, sexy accent.
Thank God.
Because you're a puny little piece of shit. So thank God.
It's true. I weigh less than 170.
Really?
Yeah.
So guys,
I hit 170 above the other day, and I was so happy. And then I weighed myself 2 days later, and it was you're 168 now. Fuck.
168.
You dick.
Yeah, I think that's I think they call that bitch weight. When you're below 170, you're like a bitch,
yeah,
right?
I mean, I get it.
So guys, I was fortunate enough to be on Mr. Ben Lavender's podcast 2 months, 3 months ago,
Something like that.
something like that.
It was a great day.
It was great. It was really cool, really fun. We were expressing ourselves, and so we promised each other that we would have another podcast with him on my show, and we'd have the Persian British man drive 3 hours like I did to his show.
Yeah. I was literally in the car being I love Jude, but fuck you. This is it going to be worth it? Well, so far it is worth it. I'm having a good time.
So far it's worth it, he says, and he's got the camo hat. Ben, I'm just going to jump right into it.
I'm ready.
What is it like being no. This is real. No, this is all good stuff. What is it like? This is a serious question. What is it like being a high-level mortgage producer with an accent? And that's a real question.
Well, if you ask everyone, the only reason I am a high-level mortgage producer is because I have an accent. And to be fair to them, that does account for some of my success. Right? When you have a British accent, people just tend to trust you automatically. I like to think that I'm somewhat charismatic, maybe slightly humorous, but apparently that has nothing to do with it. And look, it's like anything else, man. It's any other business. You keep working and you learn, and you're always learning. And honestly, I'm having a great time. A lot of LOs right now are struggling and everything's difficult. They're crying, business isn't what it used to be. It's well, what did you think? The 2020, 2021 bubble would last forever? You crazy?
Right. Yeah.
It's you can't ride that forever. So it's this was expected.
No doubt, man. Let's touch up on that because it's I'm curious about it. I'm in the insurance business, so when the lenders are a little slow, bit of an impact on one of my lanes of insurance, right? But
Okay.
So that's all you hear over the last few months. Oh, it's slow. There's no listings. There's no inventory. Blah 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 blah. Right? And so we get it at this point, right? But so. Real talk, someone high-level producer like yourself who doesn't take losing as an option, how does Ben Lavender mitigate the crying bitches in a slow market?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, even I'm not immune to the, the feeling of the loss of momentum from a down market. I'm not immune to that. I still feel the same thing. However, you have to focus on what you can control. Okay, so you can't control. Saw this number a couple days ago that there are only 600,000 homes listed for sale nationwide, whereas
600,000.
that's it. That's it, across the
That's
entire country.
wow.
It's insane, right? Whereas like a normal market is like 1.5, 1.6 million.
Oh shit.
Okay, during COVID, I think the average was anywhere from 900,000 to like 1.2, 1.3, something like that.
Sure.
Like depending on the month, right? So anyway,
So we're below COVID numbers right now.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think because everyone's expecting an incoming recession, people are
Sitting
back a little
tight.
bit.
Yeah.
Which I understand. So what do? Right? I focus on what I can control. Okay, and keep in mind, like I think during the pandemic, it's got to be less now. I saw that there were 600,000 loan officers nationwide.
Okay.
I'm one guy.
Right.
Right. So it shouldn't impact me that much. It's not like I'm Coca-Cola and me and Pepsi are having issues because of the market, and it's going to really, I'm one dude, right? And let's say that there are 50,000 loans made a month in New York. I'm just making that up. Like, there's no reason why I can't go and grab more market share. So as an LO, you have to focus on activities that bring in more market share. Things like doing podcasts, doing speaking events. So one thing that I do is I teach CE for realtors, right? Which is, I wouldn't say that it brings in a ton of business, but it keeps me top of mind, and that's what brings me business. It's the same thing with social media stuff, right? I don't do social media videos and these short forms and reels because they bring in leads directly. They very rarely do.
Sure.
It's simply a tool to stay top of mind. That's absolutely key.
Sure.
So again, focus on what you can control and then double down on it. And even if like there are things that are out of your comfort zone. So if some average loan officer listening to me right now is like, public speaking, teaching CE in front of realtors, like, yeah, 5-6 years ago, that sounded scary to me, right? Maybe not scary because I had, fortunately, a little bit of public speaking experience before. But either way, if you're an LO thinking this, you slowly build up, right? So you start slowly. You start with a couple videos, and your videos basically suck in the beginning, and then you just recalibrate and you keep getting better. So like back in the day when I would make a video, it would take me 1 hour to make a video. Now when Tyler, my videographer who you met, comes into my office, I don't review the videos, I don't review the audios. He shoots them, right? Depending on the video, I'll do anywhere from 1 to a maximum of 4 takes for a 15 to 40 second video. And then like I can just feel it. I'm like, Tyler, that's good, on to the next one, right? So basically the other day, we shot 4 videos in a total of 10 minutes, okay? But that doesn't happen overnight. It takes years and years of practice.
Yeah, well, you're at a level of comfort right now as well.
Again, but that level of comfort comes with experience. So again, if you're an LO listening to this, you have to start, right? You have to start to get there.
Sure. No, I'm with you. It's actually good advice. My takeaway is focus on the things you could control.
Yeah, and do more. Literally do more.
You know I have a sign in my office that says "Do more," right?
I did not know that.
It's one of my biggest 2-word slogans. Do more.
What's your other 2-word slogan? Fuck you.
Do more. Keep going. Fuck Ben.
Yeah.
Exclamation point. As a fellow
I charge a
podcaster,
lot.
right? Talk to me. Some of the things I've been feeling, I'd like to share with you. Talk to me about your experiences on, running a successful business while being really busy, and then also allocating time to bring guests on and have podcasts.
It's actually really easy. So first off, shout out to my team that handles everything. Addie, Laura, everyone else. That's what allows me to be able to go to New Jersey for the afternoon on a Thursday, right? And not have to work on files immediately.
Sure.
So having the team in place is absolutely key. And then getting people on the podcast, like I was telling you before, I'm doing 4 podcasts this week. This is one of them where I'm your guest, which I appreciate again. Thank you for having me. And then I have 3 in my office. So how do I go about getting, like I used to do 1 a week, if that, maybe 1 every 2 weeks. Now I'm doing like 1 to 2 a week. This week's an anomaly. I'm doing 3, whatever. Okay, so how do I do that? I spend the majority of my day on social media interacting with people. Right? And then what happens is we're talking, and then as I'm talking to someone, I'm like, you have a good personality. You would be a good guest. You have something to offer, whether they're entertaining or they're really experienced, something. Okay, so that's really it. You just reach out to people, you invite them. Some are a little scared of the camera, and then it's just, you have to realize that really cares as much like what you look like, how you sound, other than you, right? Otherwise, people just go on with their day. No one cares.
Does it become overwhelming to
No.
you at all? No?
No, it never becomes. I mean, there are times, right, when you have so much business,
Sure.
it's overwhelming. But like managing all these things, and look, you get better as time goes on. You get better at managing. So I personally am able to figure out how to do these things, and then you also have to figure out how to delegate them to other people.
Sure.
So Laura handles a lot of the annoying things that I don't want to handle.
Like scheduling axe throwing.
Right. So she did that. Yes, and which you did quite well at.
Yeah.
And you didn't kill me.
No, I didn't kill you. They tried to kill the goat. Said something when we were axe throwing.
The goat is unkillable.
Adi said he wanted like goat milk, so they're trying to hit me with an axe to see if I bled goat milk.
And it was ironic because Adi was the worst.
Did he even land one?
I don't think he did.
Adi, I'll say this. Luckily, you drive a nice car because you cannot throw a fucking axe to save your life.
However, I've taken him skeet shooting several times, and he's a natural.
Really?
He's actually very good.
All right, so fair. So he's like, listen, here we go, putting you on the spot.
Okay.
And say it because this is going to be a pull-out clip. Who's been your best guest on the podcast? Say it now. If it's not me, I don't give a shit.
It's actually you. That was legit.
That's real?
I'm not just saying that because I'm here. It was when I say best, it was my favorite to make because we laughed the entire time we were joking around. I told you I don't watch my podcast. I never do. I watched that one.
Yeah, me too.
And I remember I text Jude a picture or a video of me watching it like in the dark in bed at like 11 o'clock. Yeah. And I was laughing my ass off. It was so freaking hilarious.
Yeah, man.
It was...
it was good. Remember the clip that they made with all the cursing? Who was it?
That was Tyler.
We're going to have a curse clip part 2. Everyone
titties.
Everyone liked that because you're a little piece of shit, right?
I am a piece of shit. Yeah. I'll tell you something about that, actually. So... I get that a lot. I mean, even like one of my best friends, he jokes around and he's like, Ben, you're such a piece of shit. Like, I play up the arrogance and the dickness because it's funny, right? It's like, I'm not genuinely like out here to like kick people while they're down or whatever. It's just like, it's funny to be a dick.
No, you actually, it's funny. People with the, one who doesn't know you may say you're an arrogant piece of shit, but it's funny. I read people well, and I know that you actually have you're one of the people who have a bigger heart than most people. But
I appreciate that.
No, of course, man. Do you like cursing? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Does it make you feel good?
It depends on the day. Some days like.
What's your favorite curse word?
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So favorite curse word probably has to be. It changes, but maybe fuck. I mean, like you can't really go wrong with fuck. It's just, it's so universal. It has so many uses. You know, you could say you fucking fuck this, piece of shit fuck, like, what the fuck are you doing today? It just, you can put it into so many places. It's, like, as a matter of just, like, vocabulary, it has more uses than shit, you would say.
Would you say, some people would say that people who curse a lot are uneducated. I don't know that I agree with that statement.
My bachelor's degree says otherwise.
What's your thought? I have a doctrine, so fuck you.
Do you?
Yeah, I have a fucking doctrine. Yeah, I have a doctrine in English. I write fucking essays.
Do you?
Yes, motherfucker. Don't ask me again, questioning me.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
I'll show you my business card after this. What was one of your best videos that you've recorded? Not podcast. Your video, Ben Lavender. Should be at top of the mind right away.
A good one was the April Fool's one that I just did, which you mentioned. If you're an Android, you're a loser video. I showed you that one too recently. The Credit Karma one where I was smacking everyone with the steel chairs. That was fun. Shoot, what else? The recent ones, Tyler, like coming into my office. It's hard to say, but I think those are really my two favorite. I think even the bloopers are good. Like the cursing one of us. What is it? The one, and this was completely random. Like I was trying to get this vocabulary down for a video, and I just started like punching the air and going crazy. And like I posted that one, and it was a cute, fun one. So My favorite videos tend to be the fun ones, right? The ones where you're just talking about, did you know that if you put 20% down, you don't have mortgage insurance? Did you know that you don't have to put 20% down to buy a house? Like, everyone has made that video, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
Yeah,
And to be fair, a lot of consumers don't know it, so I'm not knocking people for posting that video. But something weird happened, Jude. It was maybe... What are we at now? It's April, 25th? 26th?
27th.
27th, Jesus. Okay, so about a month ago, literally the entire real estate and mortgage community made that exact video, that you don't have to put 20% down to buy a house. It was strange. I have a theory that everyone bought like some social media course at the same time, and that's why and probably that person told them for that to be the first video.
Well, on that topic, let me ask you this, because I've been curious. I've been seeing a lot of videos circulating around. If your credit score is higher, you actually have to pay a 1% or something. And if your credit score is lower, you actually get like points back or something. And then I mentioned it to someone, and they're like, yeah, but that didn't just happen. That happened months ago.
It was mentioned months ago. It went into effect recently.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so any loan originator that's decent would have known that months ago. If you're a loan officer that recently posted about that, then... that tells me as a loan officer that you aren't really in touch with what's going on, which means that you don't serve your clients and your partners well. But I don't think it's bad that you're putting the information out there. And the way that fee works, it's just like the consumer isn't charged the fee directly. It's just like baked into the rate, right? So let's say that...
Kind of fucked up.
Yeah. No? It depends who you ask. If you ask the people with the poorer credit, they don't think it's fucked up.
Of course, right. No, naturally, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of perspective. I don't know if it's good or bad. To be honest with you, to me, it's just
it is what it is.
It's not something that you can control. Debating about it for 3 hours isn't going to change anything. I mean, you can write as many letters as you want to the FHFA or whoever, and that's it, and you keep going. But the problem with this type of stuff is everyone posting about it, realtors, loan officers, all you're doing is scaring the living shit out of consumers, right?
Yeah.
So you're literally working against your own business. You can turn it into something educational and you don't have to fake it and be like, this is a positive thing, but saying, oh my God, the fees, or you're just killing everything. I don't get it. People are crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, obviously, I'm not in your line of business, but I just feel like if you're going to buy a house, the rate is what it is.
Yeah.
And you just have to be okay with affording the payment. Yes?
100%.
I mean, come on. Like,
Right.
we overcomplicate everything. No?
Yeah, so someone hit me up. Actually, not someone. Tons of people hit me up all the time about this. Like, Ben, rates are higher now. And I'm just like, yes, rates are higher now. They're not 1 or 2% like they were a couple years ago. But you need to buy a house. You're having a freaking baby, right? You're living in a 1-bedroom apartment. You already have 2 kids. Having another one, like, what are you going to do? So you don't have a choice. So again, as long as you're comfortable with the payment,
Sure.
that's the primary thing. I'm not saying take a rate that's a crappy deal. Make sure you're getting a good deal and shop around.
Sure.
But payment first, and then again, you can always refi. One of the sayings I absolutely hate is marry the house and date the rate. I do understand it, but the problem with that mindset is what you're basically doing is telling consumers to take on a payment
that they can't afford.
That they can't afford.
Figure it out
in hopes of refinancing. Right. Like that's
let's just
unethical,
make the country
shitty
worse.
advice. It's like no, take the payment that you're comfortable with, regardless of what the rate is. If rates go down and you refinance, great. But if not, you're stuck with a payment that you can at least afford.
That's a good rebuttal to that circulating video.
There's a good way to basically give people advice on how to handle these things without being a salesy, like scumbag snake.
Well,
just be real with people.
You see, you're saying that word salesy. I mean, I think you would attest to this. 40 years old, if you asked me at 27 or 28, I would tell you with absolute confidence that I am one of the best salespeople in the game. If you ask me today, I would tell you I am not a salesperson. If you refer to me as a salesperson, I want to slap you in your face. I think you get to a level call it salesperson, call it whatever you want. You get to a level of just saying, I'm a good relationship person. Right? I'm a good communicator.
That's the
Don't
word.
call me a salesperson. I communicate and articulate things so well that people feel comfortable.
Right.
And they say, I would like to work with Jude. Don't say you're going to buy from me.
That's literally, I mean, I could not have said it any better myself. And let me give you an example to kind of back up your point. So when I was early in the loan business, the mortgage business, I should say, I would spend a long time on the phone with clients, right? For two reasons. One, it took me longer to structure the loan and like figure everything out. And two, it's like I felt like I needed to stay on the phone with them more to create that bond and really have them like loyal to me.
Sure.
And as time went on, and I became better and more experienced, I realized that by keeping them on the phone and just overwhelming them with information, I'm doing them a disservice, right? I thought I was helping them genuinely at the time. I was like, if I explain to them the entire process from start to finish, every single minute detail, every single variable of how the loan process could move, that I was helping my client, which I was not. All I was doing was compensating for the fact that I was worried that they would go somewhere else.
Sure.
That's one. And two, I was trying to maintain that loyalty factor, and I thought, again, it would take stress away from them. What I've realized over time is that, again, my conversations used to be due half an hour to an hour, right? Now, my conversations with clients are anywhere from 5 to maybe 15 minutes. Okay, and it's not because I'm trying to rush them off the phone. It's because I'm just, one, talking to them when you have X amount of experience.
Sure.
You know where a conversation's going. Like, basically, a client will start off a conversation, and I will politely interrupt them and say, Mr. Johnson, I know exactly where you're going with this. Let me just say it for you to make it easy.
Sure.
So then I'm like, okay, so you want to refi, take cash out. You're looking at 50 grand. Why 50 grand? So you can do repairs on this house. Okay, and then you've got X amount in your retirement. You want to take that out so you can buy the investment property, potentially put your daughter in one of the units, but rent out the other one to offset the payment. And then he's like, yes, that's exactly what I want to do, right? So by doing that, I save them time, I save me time, and I also confirm to them that I know exactly what they're trying to do and I know how to do it, and they're like, okay, great, right? So what that does is that creates the trust that used to take me 45 minutes to do, packs it in 5 to 15 minutes, and then you just explain the next steps. And the best part about it is that it doesn't stress them out whatsoever, and it's efficient. So I went from being this like super long, I wouldn't say salesy because I've never been a salesy person. It's not my personality, but just this long, talking about every scenario to like compacting it, and the clients like it more. They don't want to stay on the phone with you for an hour. They got stuff to do.
Well, I mean, also the takeaway from that is like realistically, on the 30 to 45 minute spiel that you gave them in the beginning, realistically, you know that you only need to plot 10 to 15% of the meat and potatoes of that conversation and deliver it and call it a day.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this...
But at the time, I didn't think that.
Of course. Well, it comes with experience and comfort and knowledge and all this good stuff. Plus, having so many conversations with clients on the phone, you now know what you could say, what you can't say, and etc. But
titties.
That's what happens when you get to a high level of being a top bitch.
Yeah, and look, I never think of myself as... Other than okay, rankings, production, it's great, right? But I don't think that that's going to be me forever. If I get content and I'm like, I'm this top dog, then I start relaxing. Then I stop doing the videos, the podcasts, right? So I'm always in a state of I have zero business.
I love that you just said that. I think that's something we shared on maybe our last show. So I'll touch up on that.
Yeah.
High-level producers who want to continue to excel and be the best and do well, we never think we're the best in doing well because for us, it's not enough, right? So someone on the outside may say, what's wrong with you? You're doing great. What do you mean you want to do more?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing this shit for you. Right. I'm not satisfied with my production. If you're satisfied with it, then you fucking come up to where I am and you get there. Do it for yourself.
Exactly.
I'm not fucking satisfied where I am. I want more. It's never fucking enough for me.
And we talked about this before. It's not about the money. And I mentioned this on a podcast that I did this week, actually, but I'll repeat it because it's worth repeating. I was interviewing this kid the other day, young kid, driven, hungry, and I basically asked him, why would you like to join the mortgage business? And he said, honestly, I'm looking to make a lot of money, and he's worked in the business before, and I really like the business itself. It's not just the money; he likes it, and I listened, I took it in, and I was like, I actually didn't forget his name, but I don't want to mention it for privacy reasons. So I said to the kid, look, the difference between you and me is that, yes, I want to make money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make money, provide for yourself, your family, whatever. But I'm not here to make money. I'm here to win and destroy everyone that gets in my fucking way. And the difference between us, it's not that like, oh, I'm aggressive and I'm treating like mortgages is a fight and I'm at war, right? I don't think of it like that way. But when you approach it with the mindset of literally destroying everyone, you approach the business differently, right? So if you're thinking about just making money, then each transaction is a number. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're thinking about destroying everyone, then it's like, okay, how do I grab market share here, here. It's what it does to your brain. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me and he was like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. That's what I need to do.
No, that's a different level of thinking. I have two important questions for you, and I'll jump right into it. So the one question that I have for you, because I'm asking myself it constantly, although you're super successful with the lending business, if Ben Lavender was not a loan officer and he didn't take the path, what lane would Ben Lavender have been in today?
Like fantasy or like real?
No, man, like real, like not like listen, like you're in mortgages, you're a producer, you do well for yourself, you have goals, but if you didn't go into this path, what path would you have been aligned with?
I have several. Let me give you the fantasy one because it's a fun one anyway. Like one of my dreams is I still want to do this. I'd love to like have an animal sanctuary or something because I love dogs, even though I don't have a dog, but I love dogs. But that would be the fun one. But realistically, I would have probably gone into the Persian rug business because that's what my family does. Or I would have gone into accounting and just would not have been happy doing that. Persian rug business isn't terrible, but it's not nearly as fun as what I do. You know, the mortgage business legitimately is fun. Every day is fun.
Okay, so you found a way to make money and have fun. So let's make this show a little bit more fun before we exit.
Oh, God.
I want to hear Ben Lavender's American accent.
So when I do an American accent, it's hard for me to do it on the spot, but I like default to this California surfer dude. Like, let's go to the beach and ride the frickin' waves, man. Yeah, like that's
no.
accent.
All right, ready? I'm gonna narrow it down more, and I want what I want because you're my bitch, and you're gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do.
I will.
I want a New York.
Oh no.
No. Listen to me. You're on the spot, and you're gonna do it.
And Paulie, why not?
Yeah, Paulie.
Paulie, what's up, motherfucker? Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese? Put it in the little bag, throw in a little iced coffee. Let's fucking take it or go.
Oh, my God.
Best I could do.
Oh, my God. I'm never walking into a deli with you, ever. I'm actually going to say I don't know this guy. All right, so now just order it the way you would actually order. Go ahead. Go be proper. Go ahead.
Good morning. How are you today? Great, thank you. I'd really love a bacon, egg, and cheese to go. Thank you so much. And if you could also give me a nice coffee black, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that's why they piss in your sandwich, because you order like a little bitch. So anyway.
It's called being polite, Jude.
All right, ready? Here's being polite. This is polite. This is the way you order in New York. How are you? Can I get you got any more everything bagels left? I want the everything wheat. Egg whites.
Why are you so loud?
Egg whites.
They can hear you.
Egg whites with Swiss, black pepper, and ketchup.
They're behind the counter. It's 2 feet away.
I'm in a little bit of a rush. Do me a favor. Don't put it in a brown bag. I care about the world, so I don't need the bag. I'm gonna eat it right here out hot. Put it in a bag for me. I just brain mind fucking. Ben. All right, listen. You got this accent. I guess you put it to use with loans. Don't go ordering from a bakery.
Never.
Last and final question that every one of my guests get hit with. What keeps Ben Lavender going? Real question. What keeps you going?
Life and the need to keep discovering life, keep improving, getting better, and experiencing things. I think right now that's kind of my thing, which changes. You could ask me in a year and it will be something different. But right now it's to experience things, continue to build my character and improve myself as a person, because I think if you do that, it translates to every other single area of your life.
Well said. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And I'll just share one quick takeaway with you.
I didn't fucking ask you.
I've noticed over the last 3 or 4 months, and then I've noticed you've become a lot more comfortable with yourself. It shows. Jude Romano, the insurance goat, as always, keep going.